I'm Durbin.
I'm Laura.
And this is our top 5 worst movies of 2016, because as we get closer to that new year, I hope you had a Merry Christmas, by the way.
Oh, yes.
As we get closer to that new year, it is that time when YouTubers do their top 5 movies or top 5 whatever of the year, because the truth of it is, we're on Christmas break. So here is our top 5 worst movies of 2016 with this one disclaimer. There have been movies coming out around Christmas time, which, again, let's face it, we're on Christmas break. Haven't seen Assassin's Creed, haven't seen Collateral Beauty. As of this recording, haven't seen those movies. What was another one that's out this?
Oh my gosh, there was
I Saw
something else.
Sing. You can check out that review.
There was something, I can't remember what it
Well,
was. There's one or two other movies.
There's one or two other.
Yeah.
Point is, yeah, you know, as I got close to Christmas, that's where we are. So, of the movies we've seen.
Those aren't going to be in this.
Yes. Here are our top 5 worst. And since I don't like leaving a bitter taste in people's mouths, today is our top 5 worst. Tomorrow, you can see our top 5 best list. So, here we go into our top 5 worst list. Number 5, we hated it, but hated it the least. And number 1, what we hated the most.
Yes.
So, here we go.
All right, so for me, my number 5 movie is The Fifth Wave.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it started off so good with the different waves that were coming and how, like, people were being destroyed. I'm like, dude, this is going to be sweet.
I was like, oh my gosh, if a good teen young adult movie.
Hunger Games was good.
Well, okay, when
the first
Hunger
two
Games
Hunger
started, it was good, yes.
Yeah. That's neither here nor there. Sorry, I could talk about Hunger Games if you want. But not today. So, Fifth Wave, that's my number 5.
That's your number 5. Okay. My number 5 is a movie that did not evoke passion in me one way or the other. I mean, it's definitely a bad movie, but it just didn't really evoke a strong response.
Okay.
It was a Netflix original movie, The Do-Over with Adam Sandler and David Spade.
That went into my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those movies for me that I just, I think I fell asleep in it because it just.
Well, they had the Ridiculous 6. That was one that I did.
I forgot about that one. I fell asleep in that one.
I so fell asleep in that one. Man, that should be on this list. Point is...
Was that this year? Oh, it doesn't matter.
You know what? Who cares? Point is, and my number 5 is The Do-Over for the reason that it really wasn't that great. It didn't evoke passion in me of absolute, I hate this movie.
Didn't care if they died
Nor
or lived.
did it evoke passion in, this is hilarious. It was a passionless movie, and so it lands on my number 5.
All right, well, number 4 for me is Independence Day. I just so wanted it to be good.
I did too.
And it was just such a letdown.
That didn't make my worst list because I've still, in that movie, found things that are enjoyable to watch. But you're right, it totally did not have the same spirit of Independence Day.
I mean, if it was its own movie and they weren't trying to branch off of the greatness of Independence Day from 20 years ago that I saw, and I double featured it with Mission Impossible, I think. I mean, come on, man. If you can't get the same cast, write a new story.
There you go.
And then, or, I mean,
or just offer Will Smith millions of dollars.
Well,
because
he chose Suicide Squad over this.
Offer Will Smith millions of dollars.
I mean, he was good in Suicide Squad. That didn't make my list, so.
Yeah. Well, my number 4 is Sausage Party.
I did not see that
You did not see that. So, I will say to you and to everybody else, the reason Sausage Party is my number 4 is I am not a fan of preachy movies. And I say this about Christian movies too. Like, I don't like it when Christian movies feel that they have to stop their story to beat us over the head with their message. And while Sausage Party, I don't feel like it stopped the story. It was a very preachy movie, and it was definitely beating me over the head with its message. Now, you might say, oh, Durbin, you're just being really sensitive. You know what? You might have a case for that. Maybe I am being a little sensitive. I will say the movie had some places where I was genuinely laughing out loud. It was a funny movie, but I don't like preachy movies, and I felt like Sausage Party, like I wasn't a fan of its message, and it was just hammering me with that message.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
From you, especially.
Yeah, well, from me, especially. Yes, we're married.
All right. Number 3, Gods of Egypt. Even though we have a poster that you can kind of see in the corner there.
Covered it up just a little bit.
It was nice coloring when
it was. It fit
we
the
got
color,
it donated to us.
The color scheme of the room. It was good.
Yes, but that hit number 3 for me.
Yeah.
He's a Lannister. You would think it would have been better than
God,
that.
he's a Lannister. Well, a Lannister always pays his debts.
Yeah,
so
not in this
maybe he
movie.
will pay his debts and give us a far better movie because now he owes us a better
And Gerard
movie.
Butler, I don't know.
Yeah.
They were trying to. There were some parts about it that I did enjoy. Like, there was like some of the special effects were really cool looking. But like the kid, the little thief kid, I don't know who he was. Everything was kind of like a joke and was like, it felt like two different movies that they tried to make into one, and it did not fly for me.
We have a tie to number 3 because my number 3 is also Gods of Egypt, which what's funny is you're saying some of this stuff, I'm only just now remembering it. Totally forgettable movie.
Yeah.
I think in some ways, if you really wanted to get true entertainment out of Gods of Egypt, you watch it like you watch Sharknado. Because you know it's a disaster, and you're going in to watch a disaster to be entertained.
Sharknado knows it's going to be a disaster, and they make fun of
That's
themselves.
true.
So therefore, Sharknado is better because of it.
Sharknado at least has
Wasn't
this.
there a Sharknado movie that came out this year?
Yes, it was amazing. But Sharknado is at the very least self-aware, whereas I don't think Gods of Egypt was self-aware. It was, I just remembered, like, the trailers, I thought it was going to look bad. But then when I went to the movie, I was like, I had hopes. I love fantasy stuff. I love that kind of stuff. I had hopes, and I'm watching this movie like, are you serious? Are they for real? Is this real?
I know. We
Is
were
this
really
happening?
hoping the trailers were making it look worse than it was, and we were, and we went in with low hopes, and it still hit low.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, and that's only number 3 on our list.
I know. Okay, so number 2 for me, Allegiant.
Ooh.
I have no problem with young adult movies. Liked Hunger Games, loved Harry Potter. Also read the books for both of those, so that might have helped.
Might have.
Did not read the Allegiant series at all, or Divergent series. And maybe I should, because maybe that might make me like this movie, but I don't mind teen drama. I don't mind love stories, but it just it was weird. The whole thing, it did not meet any expectations. It was low.
Yeah. Yet again, you and I are in sync because my number 2 is also Allegiant.
I have a feeling we're going to sync on number 1 too.
We might. But Allegiant was just awful. I mean, the other 2 were awful.
You know how awful it was? That I forgot about it, and I was looking at the reviews that you've done, and then I went, oh my gosh, that came out this year?
Ugh.
That was that soon ago?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know what's really funny, because you talked about liking Harry Potter and liking Hunger Games, which I think is another reason this movie is not likable. It is a blatant ripoff Hunger Games. It is a blatant ripoff
and
Harry
Maze
Potter.
Runner,
yes,
it's like
all
3
of that
movies.
stuff.
It's every young adult movie in one.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible. And then
Maze Runner was better than
Maze Runner was
that wasn't
better
this year though.
I don't know when that was. All I know is it was way better than this series of movies. I mean, you have the sorting hat sorting kids into schools. What do you do in this? You have people sorted into factions by pricking their fingers and dropping their blood on rocks. But then they took out all the tension of it, like, oh no, you could just pick whichever house you want.
Yeah.
And
sorry.
I forget which thing it was that, I mean, how do they say this is the faction you belong to? But even if you belong to a faction, you could choose.
You can choose a different faction.
So
who's not gonna pick Gauntless, not Gauntless.
Dauntless, yes.
I like Gauntless better.
I like it too. Oh man, I
can't believe I pulled that out of my hat. That's awesome.
And then you have to
Brownie
have
points.
a young adult post-apocalyptic dictionary just to try to understand half the language because they have funky names for everything. So yeah, and now as we're getting lower in the list here, this is where I get passionate. I passionately do not like this series. We saw the first one, I went, this is terrible. We missed the second one
we saw the
because I
second one
started this channel.
And the third one was coming out. We would have never watched this.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe that's another reason it's in our bottom one. We went in there with low expectations. It just had to have one good line given to me and I might have liked it. Oh.
All right, honorable mentions, go.
I already mentioned one of my honorable mentions, The Do-Over.
Yeah.
This is an honorable mention. It was still a good movie, but I hated the ending. Arrival. Hated the ending. I
liked that movie.
The movie was good until the ending, and it ruined the rest of the movie for me.
I need to see it again. I didn't hate the ending. It's definitely a provocative ending, though. Like, it will make you think, and yeah.
It pissed me off.
Okay.
I don't care. And then my last honorable mention was The Huntsman.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. I just don't remember it. It's like, I know we saw it, and I remember bits and pieces of it, but the whole thing just fell flat.
Yep.
And I just remember not liking it.
I don't remember it either. In fact, to figure out whether I wanted to put it on my list as an honorable mention or a top 5, I had to go find my review, and I had to go look at how many stars I gave it. And I gave it 3.5 stars, but I listened to why I gave it 3.5 stars, and it's because it was way better than the first one.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And so I went in with the expectations of the first one, and it exceeded. So
get rid of Kristen Stewart. It makes the movie better. We're not fans of hers. I'm sorry, Chris. Except for you did great in American Ultra.
That was fun.
That was fun. Was that this year?
I have no idea.
Oh,
it's been so long.
Well, it's not in my top 5, though, because
Okay.
I don't really remember it that well either.
There we go. So in my honorable mentions, I have Jason Bourne.
Oh, snap. I forgot about that one.
And you know, the thing
Another
is,
forgettable movie this year.
There were a lot of parts of it that were interesting in the story, but the shaky cam was so bad. And that's not the whole reason I dislike it. Mm-hmm. But I have to be honest. Call me shallow. It's one of the big reasons I don't like it. It's so annoying to watch an action-packed scene and it's just, see my ninja kick? I just did 2! Ah! Those are the best I've ever done in my life! I'm so glad we have it on film! I can't see it! I mean, somebody spent a lot of time on this choreography. These actors spent a lot of time getting this down. What payoff do they have when you can't see it? Are you kidding?
The actors get the payoff of being in good shape.
I guess so. Number 1 worst.
Oh, man. It's really funny because this movie is one of those movies you just don't want to ever remember or see again. Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Oh, my God.
I did not like the first Alice in Wonderland movie. The girl irritated me to no end.
Which girl? Alice?
Alice.
Yeah.
And then, Anne Hathaway, like, I don't know what she was doing.
I don't either.
Poof! Sorry, I can't even get that out of my head now.
Ugh.
But honestly, I remember a little bit about that movie. I just remember hating Alice the entire time. How can I want to watch a movie if I hate the main character? From beginning to end. Like, there was no redemption factor for me with her.
There was nothing.
Like, it was, oh, look, don't touch that. Well, I'm going to, because it's my life. I'm allowed to do whatever the frack I want to do. It's your impression of Lana Lang right here.
Oh, yeah.
Also from
in other words, a great picture of entitlement mentality is what you're trying to say?
Yes!
Yes.
Exactly what, thank you. Took the words out of my mouth. That is my...
See, we did not coordinate this, but our top 3 are exactly the same, because my
we
number
have similar
1...
tastes.
the movie that I couldn't stand the most, that I really did not like of 2016, was Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass.
Bad.
It was terrible. Not only was it a pointless sequel, because why make a sequel to that?
Money.
The sequel itself was just pointless. Like, there was nothing strong to tie her back into the story. Because when we don't realize, spoilers, that Mad Hatter's family is possibly still alive, it's just they think he's sick, like with the cold. I mean, he does not have some kind of deathly illness, not even by their standards. But they have a freaking panic attack, and they have to bring in Alice. And then Alice, to cure what is probably not so bad, has to travel through time. But she's not supposed to travel through time. And in the process of traveling through time, she's the real villain. The time guy is the good guy, trying to protect time.
And she ruins it.
Oh my gosh, she's just terrible. Now, yes, the one plot line, okay, it turns out Mad Hatter's family is actually alive and in prison by the Red Queen.
Well,
so
we find out that it's her fault that the Red Queen became the Red Queen.
But what I'm saying is the moment that we realize, oh, I guess his sadness was a little bit legitimate. All of a sudden, we get this stupid plot line that Anne Hathaway and the Red Queen hate each other over biscuits. When they were kids, over biscuits,
right.
Because she dropped a plate of biscuits
and she blamed it on her sister.
And Anne Hathaway blamed it on her sister.
And her sister ran out and Alice tripped her, or
yes, Alice tripped her. Yes,
or did she fall on? I don't know. Alice didn't help her, and she banged her head, and then it swelled up, and everybody thought she was crazy and became the evil queen.
It's just
of hearts. Just was bad.
It was bad. It was bad. This movie evokes passion out of me. It was just so bad.
See, that's the thing.
Disney, you're doing pretty good overall with some of these live action things.
Especially their Disney or their cartoons. Their cartoons have been on point this year.
Zootopia and stuff like that. But
Moana.
Disney,
I mean,
no more Alice in Wonderland. Don't care how much you love Johnny Depp. Yes, he's fantastic.
Put
Give
him
a
in
fifth.
another Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
We already got that. The
I
fifth
know.
one coming out. Do a sixth one over doing another Alice in Wonderland
Stop
movie. Oh my
Alice in
gosh.
Wonderland.
No more Alice in Wonderland.
It is not good.
So what's your top 5 worst movies of 2016? Make sure to let us know in the comments, and then join us tomorrow where we're going to be a whole lot more positive and happy as we go through our top 5
Unless our top 5 are
favorite
different.
movies. Unless they're different, then we might get into some kind of passionate
Well,
argument.
that's going to be hard.
That is going to be really hard.
Yeah.
Anyway, so join us tomorrow as we drop the video, top 5 best movies of 2016. I'm Durban.
I'm Laura.
Thank you for checking out Durbania.